Hello, everyone. My name is Frik. I'm a research associate at UC Berkeley and Acquisti, and today I will present the results of a lab experiment on the effects of ad blockers on product search and purchase behaviors that we conducted together with the colleagues from Carnegie Mellon University, Alessandro Acquisti and Emily Haviland. Online advertising has become a rapidly growing and important market for global economy. Internet advertising revenues in 2018 have accounted to almost a third of total worldwide advertising spending. A large proportion of growing advertising revenues come from fine-grained targeting based on users' personal information and online behaviors. In response to this massive data collection and advertising exposure, more than a quarter of internet users deploy technological solutions that help to remove advertising content from the visited websites and prevent tracking of their online activities. On the one hand, ad blockers mitigate security risks by reducing exposure to malicious advertising, provide more delightful internet experience without clutter, protecting users from information overload and guarding the independence of their decision-making, reduce searching costs, making internet search more time efficient, and finally protect them from potential price and offer discrimination caused by the ads. On the other hand, advertisers claim that by blocking ads, users lose the benefits attributed to advertising, such as access to the personalized offers and discounts, and advantages of matching buyers to sellers. Moreover, it hurts advertisers and publishers' profits and undermines the most common digital business model, which relies on advertising revenue, jeopardizing the idea of free content on the internet. Prior research on ad blockers has been mostly focused on their effectiveness and usability so far, in terms of how good they are in removing advertising content from web pages and how they affect web page loading speed, usage of devices' memory, battery, and other resources. Another line of research has been focused on the effectiveness of advertising itself, its impact on conversion rates and sales, business revenues, competition, market structure, and concentration. This research often took a business-centered approach, whereas the effectiveness of online advertising and targeting was analyzed from the perspective of one company sending ad messages to many consumers. We decided to fill the gap in empirical research and take the user-centered perspective, whereas each user receives ad messages from various companies. The main research question we're trying to shed light on is what are the effects of deployment of ad blocking technologies on consumer product search and purchase behaviors and the resulting outcomes. To this end, we ran a between-subject lab experiment with two conditions. In one, ad blockers were enabled, and in another, they were not. We asked participants to search online for some products for purchase, and then compared online searching and purchasing behaviors of users exposed to online ads and users for whom online ads were blocked. Next, I will explain the experimental methodology in more detail. We compared the treatment effects on users' economic welfare in terms of their expenditures and prices of chosen products, time they spend on searching the products, and consumer satisfaction in short and long term. By short term, we mean consumer satisfaction measured immediately after ordering a product. By long term, we mean consumer satisfaction measured after the purchased product has been already delivered. We'll look at the aspects of satisfaction related to browsing experience, overall product choice, price, and expected and actual perceived quality. First, using survey, we screened out participants younger than 18 years old and those who haven't made any online purchase in the last 12 months. 2 weeks later, we invited the eligible participants to the lab. Each participant was randomly assigned to one of the experimental conditions. In the control condition, the ad blocking extensions were not enabled and participants were exposed to all ads. In the block condition, lab teams were instrumented with the popular ad blocking extensions such as AdBlock Plus, Acquisti, and uBlock Origin, configured to block ads at the maximum state-of-the-art effectiveness rate. We also had the icons of those extensions. Participants signed a consent form and read the instructions, and then we asked them to search and choose the preferred products from a particular product category. There were 10 categories in total, presented in randomized order, and products included things like books and candles. They had 40 minutes, but didn't have to choose all 10 products to minimize the time pressure. To prevent contamination of search results, subjects searched each product in an independent browser profile, and all the browsing history, cache, cookies, and temporary files were automatically deleted after each product category search. For participation, subjects received $15 in cash, an additional $25 budget for purchasing a product, regardless of how much they actually spent on that product. At the end of the experiment, one of the chosen products was selected at random, and participants had to purchase it using their own credit card and personal details. Finally, they completed an exit questionnaire about the experiment, satisfaction, and some demographics. Once the participants sent us the order confirmation email, we paid them the promised $25 and recorded the date of expected delivery. And 2 weeks after that delivery, we sent a follow-up survey about satisfaction with the delivered products. And that was it. Because the online environment is dynamic and constantly changing, we served not the live web pages, but static pages that we previously saved for the given search query. It allowed us to preserve the order of links and ensure that across all experimental sessions, participants saw the same links in the same order. Once they click on a link, they would land on real web page of the corresponding website. In terms of types of ads, you can see on the slide the green boxes indicate organic search results, red boxes indicate sponsored top links, and they were similar ads at the bottom of the page as well. And blue box indicate the Google Shopping sponsored listing. As you can see on the right, in the block condition, participants were not exposed to search ads at all. Display ads on the websites were also blocked for them by the ad blockers. We recruited 212 participants using Carnegie Mellon University participant pool, Craigslist, and flyers encompassing around the city. The sample was diverse in age and balanced in terms of gender. In a nutshell, we found no significant treatment effects. However, those no results still provided us valuable insights about ad blockers preserving the consumer welfare. Regarding the perceived role of online advertising, the majority of participants agreed that it is distracting and intrusive and found it disturbing. On the other hand, many participants agree that it does create brand awareness, although only 37% believe it eventually persuades to buy products. More than half of the participants agreed that advertising is informative about available products, their prices or discounts, and is necessary to enjoy free services on the internet. But less than half agree that online ads help to find products and services that match one's personality and interests, raising doubts about the perceived benefits of targeted ads. Only about a third of participants agree that online ads save money, time, and help to buy the best products for a given price. For the sake of time, today we'll focus on the main treatment effects, and for the more details about the findings, I invite you to read the actual paper. We found no statistically significant treatment effects of ad blocking on prices of the chosen products. In other words, participants in the block condition didn't choose less or more expensive products than in the no block condition. However, participants with prior ad block experience, those who use ad blockers in their own computers, tended to choose about 10% cheaper products than non-users, regardless of which experimental condition we assign them to. Next dependent variable is search time. The absence of ads didn't substantially increase or decrease the search costs for participants. And while experienced ad blocker users didn't spend less time or more time on product searching, they inspected slightly more search results than non-users, so they went a little bit deeper in their search. Participants who chose the products from sponsored Google Shopping listings spent less time on their search than those who chose the products following organic links, possibly because Google Shopping listings are located on the top of the page and they contain a preview of the product image, price, and seller, facilitating the comparison. Now let's look at browsing satisfaction. It was measured using Likert scale along 7 aspects, including overall pleasure from browsing experience, speed of web page load, relevance of the results to the query, and so on. The only aspect that varied statistically significantly between conditions was satisfaction with the web page loading speed, which was higher in the no-block condition, where ad blockers were disabled. And while online ads do slow down the computer, it has been shown that ad blockers may not be the most efficient tool in improving the loading speed due to the complexity of ad blocker script execution itself. Our own auxiliary experiment of computer performance showed that the web page speed was indeed slower in the block condition because ad blocking extensions utilized additional computational resources. However, while participants were not satisfied with the lower speed of web page loading in the block condition, it didn't really affect the total amount of time they spent on product searching. We also computed an index of overall browsing experience satisfaction. While there was no treatment effect on this index, it was a little bit lower among experienced ad blocker users. Moving forward to product satisfaction, there were no significant treatment effects on product choice, price, and quality satisfaction. Experienced ad blocker users were a little bit less satisfied, but only with the product choices, measured both immediately after the experiment and after the delivery of the product, but not with other aspects of satisfaction. Finally, we compared the effects of different types of ads in the no-block condition, and we found that first, products chosen from sponsored Google Shopping listings had lower prices on a 10% level of significance, and they required less time for their search, but it didn't result in lower price, but it did result in lower price and short-term quality satisfaction. Second, products chosen from top sponsored links had higher prices. However, those higher prices didn't affect satisfaction. Finally, products chosen from bottom sponsored links didn't have significantly higher prices, but they resulted in lower product choice and short-term quality satisfaction. In essence, our experiment doesn't find the evidence that this deployment of ad blockers aiming at protecting users' privacy, security, and reducing clutter in online experiences have detrimental effects on consumers' welfare in terms of satisfaction with products, their prices, perceived quality, or time spent on their online searching. Therefore, ad blockers are ultimately not only privacy and security enhancing, but also welfare preserving for consumers. Ad blockers negatively affected the satisfaction with web page loading speed. However, didn't increase searching time. It didn't have negative effects on other aspects of online browsing. Finally, longer experience with ad blockers may be associated with other effects. For instance, in our study, experienced ad blocker users tended to choose cheaper products, inspect more search results before making purchasing decisions, and be less satisfied with browsing experience and product choices. Field experiment we're currently working on is called to investigate those long-term effects of ad blockers in more detail. That's all for today. For more details, please refer to the paper and message me if you have any comments or questions. Thank you for your attention.